2001 is painfully tragic, and you don't need to be paranoid to realize there was never an independent investigation regarding what truly happened.
Yeah.
So, I tell myself, I cannot be still. I must be doing something productive. Time is running out. But the truth is, the entire idea has been virtually hardwired into my mind. Doing nothing is considered counterproductive, but there's more to life. My mom continually tells me, don't worry about life. But guess what? Worrying is my specialty. There are individuals who think they have a God's chance of having a happy life. And there are those who are always in an angry mood, and some who are always in a bitter mood. And I strive not to be any one of those persons. But it is difficult when life has left you feeling this way from an early age.
Preach!
You come to the conclusion, I am going to lead a dog's life. And the sooner I accept it, the better it will be for me. And it is easy for someone to say, well, how bad can it be? And they say this without knowing what they are talking about. Last time at Burning Man 2010,
we were there. We were there. We lived it.
I was left wondering if I had cathartically discarded all my impatience with the world and discarded all my confusion. But I wanted too much. I wanted some kind of justification for all my anger at myself. I wanted consolation for the frustration I experienced from life and from discovering more questions than answers. I realized that reading book after book only made me more frustrated. The end product of reading was the realization that I lacked patience. I expected not only books to make sense, never mind if they were novels, but I expected my friends to make sense. I couldn't stand it when I asked my mom questions, and she, an adult, supposedly with all the answers, could not answer them. I needed to flush down the toilet the concept that adults are always correct. An idea that was engraved in my skull early on in life. I also had to get rid of another habit, the habit of looking for proof of each of my flaws. There are enough examples without my act of seeking them out. And my mom often claims I speak of the world as if it is against me. Going to school was a game I was forced to play. I had to learn to answer questions in the manner teachers desired. Classical education taught me there is only one correct answer to each question. I became dizzy trying to hold all the questions I held in my head. I began to give anger a permanent room in my home. At one point, schooling made me feel I could not be good at anything. I felt that I would not make a career out of one thing. Attending school was not by choice. I could have told my mother that it was all a waste of time, but instead I wanted to believe, so I bought the lie. You can be good at anything you put your mind to. And we're back. Okay, so these were not her words, just the biggest lie of them all. I also came to believe if you are smart, life will be easier for you. I am at times a person who is troubled by solitude, but who must prove he needs no one, and feels that to seek others is a sign of weakness, but who suspects he knows why he is alone. But I will manage not losing my mind over it. but alternately, I am the person who gives up on the idea of managing damage control. I want to get hurt, but taking that stance isn't working either. I can no more have control over what hurts me than I can have control over gravity. But the back and forth between the two persons, it is parallel to living alone, yet with two minds. The torment is too much sometimes. Which is the real me, which is the fake me. The man they call my father used to tell me frequently, all your problems are in your head. I kept this in my memory, so I always had a reason to hate him. It has taken me 10 years to figure out how to make his words a joke. Someone once said, every problem is an opportunity in disguise. But I don't share his enthusiasm. Nevertheless, I do need to stop perceiving each difficulty I encounter as proof of my flawed nature, if I cannot come up with the solution right away. My mom habitually tells me, life is tough, but don't be too quick to judge things that come into your life. Better get into the habit of looking at life with curiosity. This is not comforting, but she means well. Schooling let me down. Math let me down. Science let me down.
History, man.
And religion let me down. I sought each one in hopes it was a panacea that could explain everything to me. What was left? Love. Oh yeah, the concept others kick around like a hacky sack by teenagers in high school. Just the other day, I spent some precious and valuable hours with my nephew, Santiago. Just by being himself with no obvious agenda, nor any hidden agenda, he made me realize the beauty of having nothing to prove. How nice it was to be in a playground with a person full of wonder, and who was perfectly happy swinging on a swing, or sliding down a slide, or jumping on a wooden bridge. I was happy, almost at the point of tears, just to be associated with him. Previous to the playground, I was proud to hold his hand while we walked into the playground. The world was safe for him for the moment, and I tried to conceal a smile that made me giddy and embarrassed from such a simple pleasure. I felt special just by being with someone special. I still entertain the idea that once I have assembled all the pieces of the puzzle of my angst, I can walk away with pure exhilaration for life. But life doesn't work that way. No matter what I do, there is always weight for me to carry on my shoulders. I used to think that all I needed to achieve my goals was to be smart. But the author, Paul Bronson, wrote in a book, being disciplined is more important than being smart. I am in a holding pattern, convinced the cards are stacked against me. I figure that no matter how much... So I'm in a holding pattern, convinced that the cards are stacked against me. No matter how much effort I put into it, I cannot decipher life. What does it all mean? Well, Helen Keller said, life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. You have all been great. Thank you for coming out. Yeah. going to be a brief question and answer period if you have questions. So. Thank you all for coming, and now we're going to open it up to questions from the audience for Roger. So raise your hand or come down if you want to get on the mic, or just shout it out, and Roger, you can repeat the question and answer it.